Hello there. This is Cindy at cindybdesigns.com. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to make this super cute little Halloween treat box and really easy to make. I already have all this done for you, but I'm going to show you how to make the box like I normally do when we do 3D things like this. In the meantime, lots going on. Check out over on my blog at cindybdesigns.com or even over on my StampinUp website. And that is StampinUp, cindybdesigns.stampinup.net. That's where you're going to find a lot of information from. And I took a really good picture. I drew out a template for you, and that'll be over on the blog at cindybdesigns.com. And there's a link directly underneath this on YouTube description. All the links will be there that you need. But in the meantime, this is super cute. I know this ribbon is retired, but oh, wow, I put it away. I guess I'll have to go drag it out in a minute. No, it's right there. But I wanted to use it up, and it goes great with this. We are using the Halloween Memories Scrapbooking Workshop Kit that came out last year. And then this year's online exclusives of the Spooky Halloween Suite Collection. All you do is open up, you tie that around there, and then open this up. And again, really cute. And it fits like one of these little Reese's Pieces, fun size candies in there. I should have gotten Skittles because I don't like Skittles. And yeah, we all know where this is going, right? And it just fits in like that. And all you do is tie it back up. And then you're done, and super easy to make. So to get started, I am going to bring in my template for you real quick and let you take a screenshot of it if you want to. And again, this will be like over on the blog at cindybdesigns.com. So if you don't want to, don't worry. But if you want to do this along with me, then, you know, you might want to go to the blog and grab that. So I'm going to get in my scoreboard because I like using that for projects like this. And I want to make sure that you can see the top. Okay, so first of all, we want a 7.5 by 5 1/4 basic black. You can use any color of cardstock that you want. So on the 7.5 inch side, we want to do, okay, let's do 2, and I like using the smaller end. Let's go ahead and do 2 3/4, 3 1/4, 6 6.5, and I forgot to show you my template. We're going to flip it over to the 5 1/4 side, and then we want to do 3/4, and then 1 1/4. Then let's do 4, and then 4 1/2. Okay, so this is what we're looking like so far. I'm going to grab my template now because I have everything, you know, written on here that I want for the most part. And let's see if you can, yeah, this is what I want you to take a look at right here. Is that, kind of ignore my notes right there for a second because we'll get that in a little bit. But I have everything written down. It's like a Ghirardelli pumpkin box or fun size, you know, a flat thing. There's a lot that you can fit in here. I don't like to keep candy in my house any time of the year, no matter what. You know, we all know why. So that is what we're looking like. So I'm going to grab my silver pen here because that's gold. Let's hope I have it still. Yeah, because it's easier to see the silver on here. So I'm going to flip this out, and then I want, you know, this wide side here. I want the skinny side over this way. You know what? And I didn't even tell you what you need to cut too. Okay. We're going to switch gears here. I have, this is the 1 7/8 pinch punch for this glimmer paper. And then this is 2 inches of Highland Heather. It was cut from the Scrapbooking kit, okay? And this is Black Glimmer Leftover Pumpkin Pie. And this banner is from, it's called a 3 banner punch that's coming out November 3rd, part of our online exclusives. And this is from our Spooky Halloween stamp set. And then both of these are from the Scrapbooking kit. So you want 4 of these, and you want 2 of each. You want them to match. And these are going to be 2.5 by 2.5. And then you want this right here. What was that? Okay, we got that. Now for the front of, I didn't even show you. Yes, I did. The front of the box, we are going to use, let me open this up all the way. We're going to be using this, and that's why I cut this too. And that is written down. I just want to make sure it's right. So this is going to be 2.5 by 3/4. And that's going to fit on there perfectly. And again, all the measurements, everything like that will be over on the blog at cindybedesigns.com. And this bat was cut from, was it Spooky Halloween? I put my dies away. Yeah, pretty sure it was. And I did this out of some Highland Heather glimmer paper we had a couple years ago. And like I said, I always hang on to that stuff. So we got that done. And then back to, before we start again, I know I'm so scattered this morning, huh? Back to the videos that we're going to be doing. So today's the 17th, and that is, the treat box. And then on Tuesday, we're going to be doing the Road to Christmas, the kit, and those alternatives finally. And then next Friday, we're going to be unboxing the paper pumpkin kit for October. We'll do the regular cards and the alternatives. And then on the 28th, we'll have one last Halloween project, because that's when SUO Challenge is back. And then on the 31st, again, like 2 weeks from today, I have this great Thanksgiving tablescape that I'm going to show you how to do and how to make. And that is going to be a lot of fun. So, okay, switching gears back to our project here. We want to take off this one there, and then these two. We're going to cut off like a good part of this. Those two. These guys. That. Okay, I got to keep this closer to me so it's in your line of sight. And then this one. I'm going to ignore the tape for a second. But when I get it all cut up, then I'll put it all back together. Well, you know how I am when I cut boxes, right? So what I normally do here is I cut on the outside like the right, and then the left on the inside of all the lines. You've seen me do it a lot before. And I'm a pokey cutter, so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and just get all this cut, and then, kill the sound right now, speed it up a little bit, and then come right back. Okay, so we have all this done, and this is where I like to just kind of, not necessarily start creasing everything, but just kind of, figure out exactly where I want to put my tear and tape and everything like that. So I know with these two, it's going to come up about like this. Okay, so I want to put tear and tape on these two, or you can use liquid adhesive if you want. I just prefer to do the tear and tape. Now, I haven't done this since last week, and I hope I don't blow it somewhere along the line and I forgot how to fold it and have to start all over. So let's hope for the best. So I have got this done. We're going to lay this down on this side. And for some reason, I'm going to do, you know, a little bit of creasing right here right now just to make sure I got this right. But, you know, nothing set in stone. So these are going to go up here. Okay, hold on, because this is going to be our box part. Okay, so what we've done is we have our, our tear and tape over on this side like that. And then we want to make our front part of it. I'm going to do this again because I had it right. And this is where we want to make our little pocket. Okay, so we're going to flip. Hold on. I do this to myself all the time. Okay, we want it on these two very outside ones there. And it's the same side that we have this tape on. And that's why you see me go back and forth all the time over it, because, you know, I want to get it right. So we are going to go ahead and lay this down. And I should have done this on the fast forward thing too, but once we get all this down, it's going to go pretty quick after this. So I got that. And I know I'm neurotic about the tear and tape. Okie dokie. This is going to go all the way like this. So I know to put, I'm going to flip it over the right way so I don't confuse myself. And this is where we're going to put on our little piece of designer series paper there in front. And you want to get that centered top to bottom, left to right. Okay, now these two, the granny apple green, they are going to be my outside, so it doesn't really matter. And that's, you know, pretty benign pattern. So I'm not too concerned about lining it up. And on dark paper, you know, now I do kind of wish I'd crease it, because with dark paper, it is kind of hard to see the score lines. With light paper, not so much. So I'm going to bend that there and kind of give myself a break. And then we're going to pop on this other panel. Now for the, whoa, we knew that was going to happen, right? Now for the inside, you don't have to put designer series paper if you don't want to. I just did. You know, that's what it's there for. Use it up. You could also put some right here and right there if you want to. I didn't do that. So now I'm going to grab these other two pieces. Do I want them going this way or this way? Let's do this way this time. Get more adhesive on that. And then pop that down. And you could also put, you know, again, cardstock or designer series paper anywhere that you want to on this. So if you want to sign up for a newsletter, go ahead and do that. You know, you can do that over on my blog or over at the StampinUp, my StampinUp website. And I'm really good about keeping up on that. I mean, if anything, at least monthly. Sometimes we just have so much, you know. Okay, so let's put this together. Bone folder. I'm going to do back and front. You know, nothing too crazy. And if you see like these little hangy pieces right there, now's the time you chop them off, if you can. I don't want to get too far in there. And okay, see, I did just a teeny tiny bit, but you know what? It's going to work out. Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this off, this tape here. And then that is just, I like working from this side first. That is just going to get, you fold it right there. You know, and it's gonna be kind of tight because that is a little bit tab, that's a little tab, but you know, it can be done. And I already pulled it off there. Let me bend that over for you so that way it's easier for you to see. I'm losing my train of thought here. Here we go. Okay, hold that for a second. And then I'm going to pull off the tape right here. And this is where we just, you know, flip it up and fold it over. And this, you know, it gets kind of a weird angle right about now. And especially trying to keep it in your line of sight. Plus, I'm not standing up either, which I normally do. When I'm doing these videos, but today I am not because it's going to rain. And ever since I broke my leg 4 years ago and have all that hardware in there, I know when it's going to rain, like 3 days in advance. And it has not let me down yet. So I'm going to, you know, push this one down a little bit and get it out of the way because I want to make sure that I get everything lined up here, top to bottom, left to right. And you want your point of reference to be on the back side here. And then do the same for this one. And we are good. We have our little pocket there. I'm going to grab my bone folder and just kind of give that like a nice squeeze or, you know, nice press down there. And then you may have to get all your candy down there. And you can tape, I gotta skip into it real quick. And fold things up, you know, however you want to, but it fits, you know, really, really well in there. And then you flip it over like that, decorate it up, and then you're done. Now for this in front here, for my other one, I accidentally put tear and tape in the back there to hold the ribbon on. With this one, I want to go ahead and do it in front. Because that way when you untie it, will you still be able to open it? You know what, I really don't, I need to, just a little teeny tiny bit. But it will be fine. So I'm going to grab just a little bit of this. And lay that down. Let's see. You know, right about there in the middle. But you don't want to do it too back. And I really hate it when this happens. Okay. Got that. I'm just going to lay that down right there. And then I have this all put together except for our little bat up there. So I might as well do that right now. And I put black Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this because I could. And you know what? I might stand up for this one because it's kind of important to do it. Because you want everything lined up, but you don't want it smashed down at the same time. Yeah, I am going to stand up. And hopefully it won't sound like a cereal box doing it. Okay. Then I'm just going to flip this over. And I know I'm cutting this way too long. And you know, I'm horrible at bows on screen, but I will try one time. And then I'm just going to get this little bow tied here. And you see how nicely that evens up? And it's going to be a bad bow, but you know, it'll look better in the pictures. Yeah, it's going to be a bad bow. I'll fix it. And then we want to get our little bat on here. And that's why I bent his wings up earlier, just so I can do it again once he's on. And I got a little piece of tear and tape on the back of that. This little guy is going to go right about here. He's super cute. And then I want to grab one more of our little foam puffy stars. A white one. Let's get a little one and put that guy right about there. And then we are done. Super easy, super cute to do. You know, and a lot of fun. I mean, kids will love them too. So I thank you for joining me today. You know, be sure to go over to the blog and take a look at the pictures. Come back again next Tuesday. Paper pumpkin winner for August, Becky White, please get a hold of me. And then for, you know, a week from today, we'll do our unboxing of the October kit, and I'll announce the September winner. So you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you back again on Tuesday.